Did you know that you can get a free month's access to our training app with the code podcast? On our training app, we have over 40 programs for things like strength and conditioning, power building, bodybuilding, and powerlifting to improve your performance in the gym. We also have a bunch of educational resources on the app that cover things like recovery, nutrition, technique, and training principles to ensure that your behaviors both inside and outside the gym align with your performance goals. Again, you can use the code podcast for a free month on the app. We'd love to see you check it out. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to help. Welcome back to Strength Cultures Podcast, number 1 in the hearts, number 1 in the charts. We are back with episode. I'm going to start doing the episode numbers because I'm liking the countdown to 100. I think we're at 83. I'll probably get it wrong half the weeks, but I think we're at 83. Last week was it was big.
Boys. It was a ripper.
A big boy.
Coach Woodford.
Needle mover.
He's a needle mover.
He's a needle mover.
I love that. Who added him? Brick added him to the Discord. And ever since Christian Woodford's been in the Discord, we've got face-to-cam videos going on. He's calling out. He said now he wants to box Brick.
No, he wants to box anyone who's wants to fight.
Why do you reckon he's hunting a charity fight so bad?
I don't know, man. He's been hanging for like the last 10 years, I feel, for a charity fight.
There's been Kane Corn. There's been a few people he's wanted to fight.
Yeah.
We should have asked him on the potty.
There's been a few. The charity fights it's a solid thing. I love reading the head-to-head with James Cannulli. That is, it got aggressive on the weekend. It was.
I had to delete a couple of them.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did you?
If you come down to push for run, I think it's heat 2. It's gonna be hot.
Heat 2 is the hot heat.
Woodford and Charlie.
Wait, what did you delete? Because there's still some harsh shit in there.
No, there was just a few. I deleted 2.
Okay, there's some proper shit. You weigh as much as my middle leg.
I didn't delete that one.
Bro, there's a bit here that you could have deleted, I reckon.
Oh, well.
You idiot. Just open your sentence up, you idiot.
Is that Woodford?
Yeah. He called James Cannulli 30 kilos wet on the podcast as well.
And then Craig Allen gets in. He's just repping out Cannulli's deadlift as well.
Yeah, it's proper. I was wondering at what point would the banter become toxic? And
when Woodford entered the Discord.
Woodford kicked it over.
We got there. We got there. Nice. Push, pull, run.
1 week out, boys. How we feeling?
Ready to run.
I saw you broke a PB or something.
Yeah, PB 400s. That was cross-country surface too.
Ooh.
So there's some some things to dodge. So I think, with the transfer to...
What were the 400s run at?
Minute 32, 9 seconds rest, and then a minute 35, which is the fastest I've done.
9 seconds rest?
90. So almost like same one-to-one.
That's juicy.
Felt good.
Juicy.
Positive.
And that's with some gravel and dodging some obstacles. So with a...
Slipping and weaving.
Straight running, which should be good.
I really wonder how much... Because I've never peaked running like this, so I'm really wondering how much... Like, I know with lifting, how much the taper, you sort of, you do feel quite good at the end, but how much the running will have an effect. Because I did run a 400 at a minute 34 or something as well, but like the last 2 weeks, they've been a minute 45, a minute 50.
They've been hard.
So I'm wondering how much... Like, I can run them at just over 90 seconds, but how much will the taper?
Well, this is something I'm interested to learn more about, because with lifting, obviously some people who maybe just are overall bigger, stronger, have to taper more because they tend to hold more fatigue. Some people who are smaller, don't lift as much weight, probably don't really have to taper at all. Where does that factor in with running? Because I'm assuming there's some nuance to it, but obviously, as a probably good rule of thumb, probably do a bit less than the week before and you'll come in feeling fresh. But as it gets more advanced, whether it's for longer distance stuff or what's some general guidelines outside of just do a bit less?
I'm going to stab in the dark on a couple things.
Sort
of. I look at the what is it? The Vladimir Surin, the block periodization. I think of residuals there. So training residuals. You got to train a quality X amount of times before you see a degree of regression. And I think for more neuromuscular qualities like speed and power, they say the frequency or the residual is much shorter, so it's X amount of days. So I'd say that for something that is a shorter distance, you would probably like to see that a little bit closer, or at least the intensity higher, closer to the actual day. Whereas something that's as extensive as and quite fatiguing as a long run, so being a half marathon to a marathon, you could probably say that peak or that taper you would want a bit more drawn out. because of what a ground contact does. What do they say? That just like central fatigue is just like higher for an extensive for that sort of thing. And they say like, it's like neural drive is not as affected as like by heavy liftings. And everyone's like, oh, my CNS is cooked. I remember that article, that Menno Henselman's article ages ago and it was going around and like the CNS fatigue is a myth. Like probably
From lifting, yeah.
From lifting, you'll probably see that being a lesser case, whereas something like endurance sports, it's probably a bit more of a case. So I think it is really dependent on distance and what the contribution is from like a neuromuscular standpoint versus just
and then I assume
an aerobic and muscular standpoint.
The 1.6 we're edging more towards like that.
Yeah, so
I think keeping speed, like
exposure to speed,
and exposure to speed closer would be it. Where I think you see like a lot of like the tapers for like a marathon, you probably start tapering that out from like 2 weeks out.
Probably even further.
Yeah.
Cressy had a really good way to explain it, and everything. So all training stimulus lives on a continuum from peripheral sort of management and development of adaptations, and then more central development of adaptation, more neuromuscular. So it's a lot more like how quickly and efficiently the brain is actually. So when we think of like a very short event, like even just like a single power event, like a vertical jump or like a grip test and all of that, they're very acutely fatigued, and the impact of the peak is going to show quite acutely, as opposed to something more like a strength development or just general aerobic traits and all of that. They're not fatigued as much. Like they just hang around. You can get strong 2 years ago and then do so little to actually maintain that strength for such a period of time. Whereas speed development, if you stop training speed, the drop off is straight away. So it lives on this continuum. So I feel like
that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah. So I feel like the fact that we are down that end of the more of the speed continuum from like an aerobic or like anaerobic power sort of stuff, I think that there'd be
You keep intensity there and let the volume dissipate.
Yes. And then the other side to the coin is always just like, what is a peak? And I think people sort of like what is a taper? Like, what is a peak? What is a taper?
The words get interchanged, I think, a bit sometimes.
But I think the principle of it is that we're just trying to dissipate fatigue. Like, as long as we're doing things that allow fatigue to wash away, we should see an increase in performance. Doesn't really matter if you fucked your 6 weeks of training up prior. The fact that you're just coming in fresher and feeling a little bit better, and feeling maybe a little bit more motivated because some of that overhanging hangover fatigue is gone.
Yeah.
We're probably going to feel better.
I know. I always remember learning from Mike T at the start and he talked about peaking for like in powerlifting, and you see like each week you have your stimulus, then the adaptation, and each week obviously in a linear fashion it would increase. Not everyone responds linearly to training each week though, but across the block, across a 4 or 5 week, 6 week block, you'd be what?
You just fixed
glasses that you don't actually have to wear.
Fix the glasses, and then literally at the start before we turn it, he's like, "Fuck." It's a bit blurry when I put these on. Oh, so in my head, I'm just like, Charlie's just looking at blur.
No, they're just spotty. They're spotty.
You could clean them.
I like the spots.
I'm going to take them off.
It's different.
4 dimensions.
Yeah, so I don't know where thoughts gone.
Not everyone responds linearly.
Yeah, so that was, but across the block, when you get to your end of your 5th week, 6th week of a peaking block, you should roughly be in that ballpark of a peak performance. But the fatigue will be masking that, and so you might be a little bit lower, 10%, 15, 20% lower. You feel like dog shit, which is a very normal feeling that everyone feels. Then that's when the taper as a fatigue management strategy allows you to super compensate, as everyone says. But I think it's just getting you back to where you actually are without the fatigue.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the super compensation thing is a...
Well, no, super compensation.
You're there. You're around that mark already.
Super compensation is just that when a stimulus is applied, if it's the right stimulus and the environment is correct for adaptation to occur, that adaptation will surpass the baseline level of fitness. That's what super compensation
fatigue
is.
dissipates, you come back fitter.
Yeah.
That's
You're just returning closer to what your new actual baseline is because fatigue has been washed away. We've unshackled the beast as unshackled the dragon.
D.
Yeah.
Paddy D. So then from
shackles of fatigue,
the tapering strategy is exactly like you would with your lifting. Like tomorrow, I don't know what you're going to run as well, I think. We're gonna
Yeah,
run.
on a run.
I got one more. I got to get
But
in. Yeah.
my plans to do some do our 50s, maybe throw in a couple 200s, 400s with complete rest though. So last week I was doing them with 60 seconds rest. Fatigued as nuts, a little bit more speed endurance. Tomorrow will be a little bit more just speed, 3 minutes rest, complete rest.
Actually, can you run me through that whole session? So what are you're doing some speed work? Because I got to do one more. I was just planning on doing three 200s.
We've done the same every week.
Yeah.
50s as a bit of like a power. So speed is motor control.
Yeah.
So to move fast, you actually have to move fast, and so you want to get to that top end speed first. So think of it as like a little power explosive warm up. Get the fucking
some 50s.
Yeah, some 50s. Get the neurons firing. The
recruit
Light
them.
the fire.
fast twitch fibers firing is what I'm
Fucking
trying to
oath,
say.
mate.
Recruit them bastards.
Recruit them. So we do that. You
How
feel
fast are they? 100%.
fast. Feel fast. Watch the video back. Looks like
No. How fast? Like effort? 100%?
A lot
80%?
a lot faster
probably-
than the 400.
probably less than 100. I'd say 90.
90%.
I'm not fully
85?
85. I'm
85.
not fully unleashing.
From a
Also-
coordinative approach, I actually don't reckon I'm capable of hitting 100%. No,
Yeah,
honestly,
no, I agree,
honestly,
I
there's
agree.
like inhibition. There's inhibition. I don't think.
Well, you just got to smoke a weed. Soak some fucking smoke a weed.
what's the
Smoke
when
a
you say
joint.
there's inhibition, are you like tentative to push?
Tentative, yeah.
Yeah.
'cause
I
it's like you
reckon-
think it's so funny because like the first time I did like a speed endurance day, and then I'm like I thought I was moving top speed, and then for the same effort the following week I shaved seconds off, and the same effort it just didn't feel like
I know how to fix
because
this.
I feel like I could nudge a bit harder or I felt less apprehensive.
I know how to fix this apprehension. Couple of white chocolate passion fruit margaritas beforehand.
I thought you were going to say something way more aggressive.
Do you reckon?
You'll come in
Yeah. I was about to say like
Inhibited.
some high grade amphetamine. I thought that's what you were going to say, but
Jack 3D.
Couple shots.
yeah.
How do you reckon a couple shots of tequila would go before the 1 mile?
I don't know. People
I'm
bang.
happy to do one.
Inhibit performance, or do you reckon it could be like
I reckon it would sort. Yeah, it'd be
an
good.
acute improvement in performance?
We
Because
get-
this is a untested event.
Remember those
So
two?
we-
Remember
people
those
do it
powerlifting?
before, did it before powerlifting. Man.
Yeah, those
they'll go and
powerlifting
hit some JD and
t-shirts.
Coke.
Used to
Whiskey
come
and
out where it was
deadlifts.
like whiskey and deadlifts, donuts and deadlifts. Yeah, ours is going to be tequila and
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
I'll
I've had a
give it
swig
a
of
crack.
wild turkey before Smarty L was in the gym before.
fucking.
We
Yeah,
had,
it
we
was,
had that wild turkey
What's his
bottle.
name? The mad scientist, Duffin.
Duffin.
Yeah,
What about a bottle of Penfolds? Penfolds and,
that's
and
gotta be
Miles.
That's
We can
kickback.
we can sip on a nice
Shiraz.
It's
Shiraz.
got to be pure alcohol.
Shiraz and Speed.
Shiraz and speed before the event.
Shiraz and Whipper.
Push pull run is on a Saturday, so gee whiz.
Should put it on the long weekend.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Only one more sleep till push pull run.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. There's a lot.
It's Tuesday. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of young party.
Goers.
whippersnappers.
What is it called? Innuendos in that last minute. If you picked up,
It was not even an innuendo. It was
yeah,
just
there's a few that go over people's heads.
It's clear.
What, one sleep until Saturday?
I think
That would go over people's heads, 100%.
Most people understand that one.
I don't know.
Tuesday. There's no sleeps.
Really? Easy. Yeah, fifth day's better than the fourth.
Every time.
Sixth day's better than the fifth.
Benny Cousins. I heard he's back. He's
alive.
No, he's like working in the AFL or something. Like I think he's
Yeah, apparently
not when I say he's back. It's like
on
he's
the
actually
clean and
like
narrow.
yeah.
He's not looking like a homeless bum with the long
Did you say the
hair.
clean and narrow?
I've never heard of
Straight
clean
and
and narrow.
narrow.
Is that a new one? Yeah.
Straight and narrow.
I was gonna let that one slide, but nah.
Daniel Kerr lit his parents' house on fire.
Whoa.
I also didn't realize Daniel Kerr is Samantha Kerr's brother from the Matildas. She's like the you,
No idea.
you wouldn't.
No
I know
idea.
that. I know Samantha Carey.
Oh,
yeah.
no
You know
idea.
who
I
she
thought-
is?
isn't-
She's like the,
Yeah.
the poster girl of the Matildas.
Is she good? Is she like a
She's-
top
yeah.
level? Yeah.
She's the top one. She's
Yeah.
like everyone knows her. That's her.
Really?
I didn't know they were brother and sister.
That's some good genes in that family.
Lit the house on fire.
He obviously wasn't
I
happy.
don't know the context, but he lit the house on fire.
He actually like that's
Yeah.
It's not like alleged. Like
Yeah.
that's happened.
He lit the house on fire.
Wow.
But to finish off the session for tomorrow, because that's what
Yeah.
we're
So
going with.
50s, 50s with some
yeah,
Shiraz beforehand.
Shiraz, and then a couple I reckon a couple 200s just for the
Couple.
and then yeah 2 or 3 400s just with full rest, 3-minute rest, so they're quality. I want them to be quality, not under fatigue.
Quality.
That's the
If you enjoy the way in which we view and talk about training, I'm going to assume that you'd probably also enjoy the programming and the strategies we use for our clients and athletes here at Strength Culture. You can get free access to all of our programs by using the code podcast through the first link down below, as well as a whole bunch of educational videos where we help you understand and better apply the things that we talk about in the podcast. Again, first link down below, podcast as the code, and your first month is completely free.
Quality.
So I've got one more right.
I think that would be my assumption also with the running tapering is that you want if we're talking intensity, you want them to be of really high quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd go longer rest periods.
Yeah. Mad.
That's my presumption.
Crazy.
It makes sense.
I'm sure there'd be some tapering strategies in the science of running. I haven't read them yet.
Yeah, but
We'll get
I,
there
don't
when
know.
we
I reckon like this is the thing. The volume of my session is going to be exactly the same as it's been every other time.
Longer rest.
It's just longer rests. Like that's all it is. It's just going to be less fatigue
And also less lifting this week. So it's like the whole,
Yeah.
it's the systemic stress of training
significantly
Is unshackled.
is down because we've got to
I'm gonna get
stop.
unshackled.
For us as well, I think it's a very unique where we're peaking lifts as well as running. So the systemic stress is because we want to view your running and lifting through the same lens on the stress on the human body.
You're so much smarter with the glasses.
100%, man.
You're really
You're
controlled.
alert. You're
Far out.
All three of us are just like enthralled
Take 'em
by
off.
Your posture.
Start drooling. You got to make a reel with the glasses on, don't you?
Your posture's improved.
I've turned into Mike Israel.
Are you still on the creatine?
Yeah, it's put in the smoothie.
Maybe the glasses and creatine
Creatine.
combo because you did
And the frontal lobe.
There was a downturn. I think there was too much creatine without the glasses, and you started to
Yeah.
regress.
Regress.
That's what I don't tell you in the studies.
The frontal
about creatine.
lobe is saturated adequately
Vision
right
needs to be
now.
on point.
It's not going to be saturated in 2 weeks' time.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to take my creatine with me to Europe.
I think you should.
Nah.
1%ers, man. Come on.
You don't want it enough.
You don't want enough.
I don't want it enough.
You're not
don't
going on a
care.
holiday, are you?
Yeah, nah. Fuck holidays, man. We hustling. We be
Yeah,
hustling.
yeah. You can't.
Always hustling.
You can't do that.
Nah, fuck holidays.
You can't not hustle.
I'm working over there every day, grinding.
Never not.
Never not.
Never not. Just recharge.
We're working on the plane.
But yeah, you're going to go full like commercial gym.
Yeah, I'm flying business
Bro,
class.
on the gym floor. Mykonos to the gym floor. Hey, you got a coach?
Oh, get some leads, man.
Yeah.
Get some leads
Yeah,
overseas.
Go sign them up.
leads.
Yeah. When's your holiday wrap up? I reckon you'll be in need of coaching when you get back.
Overseas leads.
What's the exchange rate like?
Have you got business cards?
You wrote up.
business
AUD.
card? We used to.
Yeah, we've still got all
I
of
think
them.
we still got a stack.
a single one out.
Single one.
Because
It's like when
it's not 1990.
when you first start a business,
Yeah. I got Instagram.
you're like, oh yeah, you've got all these things on your list that is really
you just
important.
need to do these things. Yeah.
And it's like, I've got to get all my handles on social media. I've got to get the website, domain. I've got to get my business cards. Got to do all this. And then it just boils down to the only thing that matters is can you find a client? Like, can you find one person that wants you to train them? Like, that is it. So we've still got a full
Business-
stack.
Yeah,
Business
I got
cards.
business cards as well.
Yeah.
I
Make
didn't buy
no
myself.
sense.
That was because I worked at a clinic and they gave me business cards.
It makes
Did not have
no
that one.
sense.
What was your name? Like your tag? Like Jamie Buziotis? What were you?
What's your title?
It was
Title.
It was like rehab coach because I never registered for my exercise scientist thing because SR.
SR.
Like why?
So to keep the terminology.
I wasn't
vague.
an EP. I just had my cert 3 and 4, but that's not ideal in a allied health professional place. Even if you've got
Can't
the
be a
skills.
personal trainer.
Can't be a personal trainer.
Nah.
Them scums. Jesus. That was sarcastic for anyone listening. If they didn't
If that wasn't clear.
If that wasn't clear enough. But yeah, I think it was like rehab coach. Some bullshit. I don't know. I didn't give out one. I got told off for wearing tracksuit pants and listening to house music.
Bugger.
Yeah, it had to be top 40.
Has to be top 40.
It had to
Katy
be top
Perry.
40.
It's no good.
Your hot,
Yeah.
your code.
Yeah.
Top
It's
40.
all about client perception.
Top
Even though
40
all
is
the,
getting
all the
worse and
clients
worse,
love
I
tracks. Top 40,
It's getting worse.
it's garbage.
It's getting worse.
I wouldn't know.
I haven't listened to the radio in the last 5 years.
I wouldn't know a
Same.
single song in the
To 10
top 40.
years.
Yeah.
The only one I can think of, and I only know this because I heard it, they were playing it at Nick and Camilla's wedding, was that Miley Cyrus one, Flowers, the new one.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
That's the only one
No
I would
idea.
say would be in the top 40, but other than that, I have no idea.
It's probably already out of the top 40.
It's left the top 40 already. Yeah. It was in the top 40 a year
It
ago.
definitely was, yeah.
4 months ago.
Because it had a bit of a story, that
it
that
was a
song.
response to Bruno Mars's fucking
No, like
So it's Bruno and Miley.
oh,
have
no,
beef.
someone-
What's
what's his name?
He dated
Hemsworth.
Yeah, Thor's brother.
Liam
Yeah,
Hemsworth apparently was cheating on her in the house where she filmed the film clip, and she wore all the clothes of the women that, the photos that were made public of him with the gold dress and stuff.
Their song was that one
Dramas.
by Bruno Mars, I Can Buy You Flowers or whatever.
Yeah, that was like their wedding song.
Yeah, so this song is written.
Like as a response to that.
Yeah, response to that.
She changed the melody a little bit and the lyrics, and it was just like a big fuck you to Liam Hemsworth.
That's proper.
It was a good track.
That's the only reason I know that song.
She's actually fucking talented, Miley Cyrus.
I've seen a video of her singing a cappella in like a fucking bathroom. It's actually insane. She's got a voice.
Do you think top 40? So, I just want to go down here. So I feel like we can 20 years ago when we were kids, you'd wake up, you'd watch Cheese TV, and then there'd be the MTV hits. You'd watch MTV hits. So there was way less streaming services. There was way less accessibility to music. Now you got Spotify. You can find any artist you want in any genre. You can explore.
You can niche down as
much as you want and explore these new types of music. You can literally click go to radio and it plays. It makes a playlist of that song that you like. So people of today's age are less likely to be exposed to top 40 music because it's just like we don't need to be anymore.
Yeah. I think so.
Whereas
And
20
I don't know,
years ago,
but
30 years ago,
top
you
40
can't-
is dictated by popularity as well, though. So I don't know. I just think there's a lot of people. I think we are in an echo chamber because we're all like super underground dudes.
Alternative.
Have you heard of Fred again?
Yeah,
Fucking oath, man.
Fred again, man. I don't know. I just think with like TikTok and like there is still a big population of people that don't give a fuck about like looking for music.
I think though, if you do want to look, there's more avenues to find alternative stuff, and not to say that it's like necessarily alternative in its vibe, but just not mainstream. Like there's just more options for that. Whereas back in the day, it would like where do you find some random CD like Insanity? Like now it's like there's options. YouTube, fucking
Cheese TV and Insanity.
I feel like there's still a few sanities open.
There's one in Lilydale. I think
Sanity.
there's one in Lilydale. They're
And you go there and try the headphones on. There's one.
man.
Listen to the album.
Yeah,
Eminem.
there's a
Clean out
sanity in
my closet.
Warrigal. There's a sanity in Sale.
They're still around.
They're still around. Yeah.
Blockbuster. That's another.
Where is sanity based? I miss.
Dinosaur.
I miss.
Dinosaur of the 90s.
I miss video rental.
Video
places.
Easy.
Oh my god, that was the best.
That's
That
the
was
thing
fun.
of the past now.
Getting DVDs. Walk out with 15 DVDs. Not watch any of them.
Watch one of them.
Yeah.
Return them all late.
Yeah.
Charge it to mum's credit card.
Every time. Every time. I'll watch them at some point. That was fun.
I used to borrow games from Blockbuster,
Yeah,
and then
same.
I learnt that you could burn games,
Yeah.
and but they couldn't be on DVDs. They had to be on CDs. So I would literally just go and flip every game over until it said CD. I didn't even fucking want to play the game, but I knew I could rip that game off, take it home, burn it.
Yeah.
Like, I got that game.
You could
and I just
pirate-
had a bunch of games that I would never play, but I could steal them, so I stole them.
Yeah. No, you could pirate the shit out of so much stuff back in the day. You could get like knockoff Optus boxes and knockoff Foxtel boxes.
Oh, really?
And like
Off the black market.
Off the black market if you knew a guy. And
Link them up.
And you could get all the main events free. You get the adult channel free. That's all pay-per-view usually. And then every single channel.
Wow.
They were hectic. You could get Xboxes with like built-in things. You could rip games to Xboxes.
Do you remember you could
I knew a guy that had all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
Jailbreak.
And if you want, it sounds like your dad knows all this stuff.
Oh, maybe.
Isn't he a TV
I feel
AV
like
guy?
I feel like my dad knew someone. No
No,
comment.
we can't speculate. Like,
Yeah. I feel like he knew someone.
It's all hearsay, she say.
He say she. He
I feel like back then everyone's dad knew a guy.
was on the
though.
Narrow and Straight too.
Yeah.
What did she
No,
say?
jailbreaking your iPhone. Remember when iPhones came out and people would be like, yeah, give me your iPhone for the afternoon. I'll come back. All the apps are free. It's like, what? And then like the kid, some fucking like year 11 kid would just take your iPhone for the day and it comes back and you could just download whatever app you want. You don't have to
Jailbreak.
pay for it. Jailbreak your iPhone.
Oh,
Can't do that now.
Not anymore. Apple have got,
They've figured it out now.
they've worked it out.
yeah.
Those bloody scumbags.
Yeah, just go stick to Android, mate.
I don't have the mental capacity to learn a new phone.
The Android.
I don't know, with those those
those
Oh,
glasses
you're a
on.
new man now,
Yeah.
Charlie.
I
So
think,
difficult.
honestly, anything is possible with
You're
those
so
glasses.
intellectual.
Glasses, little fucking chip. What's going to be the next thing? The fucking
Bro, have you seen the iPhone thing? Have you seen the
Nah, the VR thing.
iPhone glasses?
Nah.
No.
Busted. I don't know how to feel watching it. There's like a 10-minute video on YouTube from the Apple website, and it is like these glasses are cooked. These glasses
Aren't they like $3,500?
Probably, but with what these glasses claim to be able to do for you, I don't know.
Yeah, but they always say that shit.
Bro,
man.
this
Change your
video
life.
is busted. Like this bird's just walking around with his glasses around her house doing everything. So she's FaceTiming someone or in a meeting for FaceTime. And I'm like, no one's with the glasses on except for you. You're the fucking idiot with these glasses on. They're looking at you and you've got these just massive goggles. So I was like, surely that's a problem. Like, surely that's a weird problem. Anyway, at the end of it, what this thing does, it apparently registers your face. It's got all these mini cameras within it. It registers the shape of your face, and by way of prediction, it sends the video out to the other people
Of just your face.
without the goggles on, even though you're wearing the goggles.
Fuck.
What the fuck?
That's weird.
Goggles.
It's so weird, and it's just like this person just kicking it in their room, and like they're looking at the app. They look at the app, and without using their hands, they're clicking on the apps and shit. I don't know if it's
like direct their eyes.
Yeah, I haven't watched any actual reviews. Anthony said he doesn't trust it, so that
Tony
means
Stark
Apple
shit.
marketing's pretty good.
bro. This video, I was like,
Yeah, but where'd they get the cobalt?
what's Cobalt? Is that metal?
Obviously, haven't seen the Joe Rogan episode with the cobalt miners. Apparently, that's what they use in the iPhones. All this cobalt, and it's from like. Yeah.
Child slaves.
What I'm trying to say is that Apple are dogs. That's what I'm trying to say.
Child slaves.
And we're all in on it.
So they're all
I can't wait for Apple to fall.
Apple fall.
That's my theory.
That is Charlie's
I
theory.
feel like that's gonna be
Android's gonna take
Y2K,
over.
and then we're gonna have to bunk it down and kill zombies.
No, my theory is that because we were having this argument with it was me, you,
Can't wait
and
for
I think it
Apple
was
to
me.
fall. We all use Apple products.
No, I know, but technology, man, technology fucking changes, and all it takes is one thing to come in, kills everything else. Like iPhone killed Nokia. BlackBerry's still around.
Is that a problem? They're shit products though. Like,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When a better product comes out, they're just fucking the demand for Apple just drops and they fall, and fucking we go to this new
I
product.
just don't see it happening.
I think they just buy
No one
companies
ever
now.
sees it happening. It's the black swan. All right,
glasses on, massive Talib over here. Bro,
Charlie,
Black Swan event.
The Black Swan event. Jesus.
the halal boss over here.
Fucking Karalan boss Talib.
All right.
Speaking of
Socrates is back.
Woodford getting the tattoo today? No.
No, of course he's not getting the tattoo. He
all
talks.
talk.
He just talks shit. That
all
guy,
talk.
man.
When it comes to
Non-stop.
tattoos.
Just talk shit.
Talk
I can't wait.
What
What are
minute of the
our
podcast
predictions for Woodford at push pull run? What do we actually think he's going to hit?
I don't know
Pull
what he's
300 is going to run a 4-minute mile.
Well, last week he struggled to pull 185 with a stiff bar, so.
How was that? Teaching him the stiff bar.
Yeah, he was very eye-opened to... It was an eye-opening experience for him how much difficult it was. And he's like, oh, the 300. He's like... So now he knows the 300. It was difficult. It was more difficult. A lot more difficult.
Was it difficult?
It was
I think best case scenario 200.
200.
Nah, I reckon he'll pull more than 200.
210, mate.
I think he'll pull more than
He'll
200.
get a big G up.
I think he
Depends
was
how much he
apprehensive
buys.
with the stiff bar. That video, it
210.
looked like he had a bit more.
I slapped the shit out of him too.
That was the funniest video.
Maybe
I've
that
ever
was
seen.
just like a downturn for his performance. He was just
He was over aroused.
He's never been slapped in a
He was
deadlift context
over-arsed.
before.
And then what else did he do? He did those, did 2 back off sets, his hip hurt and he stopped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Minimum
he all
effective
right?
dose.
He's all right, yeah.
Yeah.
He's all right. And then he was just talking about he was talking with all the boys down there just shitting on fucking high performance managers.
Just talking about all the high performance managers of every club. Like,
He's like,
the
one
whole
at
list is
Essendon,
injured. Like, it's
one at
fucking-
Essendon, and he's fucking shit. Look at your injury list. It's fucking shit.
Oh, wow.
Just Woodford. Woodford being Woodford.
Woodford classic hits.
Yeah. So that's his realm.
Georgia came in, one of the girls doing it, and she was saying that she's upset because she's not sure what the podcast is going to be like after push pull run, because it's been like a 2-month, just sort of like a check in every week of us
Don't
being
worry,
like.
we're still running. Don't worry.
And,
The
no,
runs are
no.
going anyway.
No, not the running, just the push pull run. Like it's been like this common theme, and like we've had guests on that have been talking about it. She also said that it's rejuvenated her training as well.
Fucking
like
nice.
I think it has just sparked a whole bunch of people.
I think there is something to training for events.
Yeah.
So
And there's more
same
events to come.
Triathlon. We've obviously all done powerlifting or peaks, like push pull run.
Gives
now.
everything a
It
direction.
gives you direction.
Yeah.
Which I'm amazed how many people have never actually. Like, I was even talking to Woody last week. I'm like, he's been in the industry for so long. He's never trained for an event before. It blew my mind.
Yeah, because
'Cause
unless
it's so normal
yeah,
to
mo-
us.
For us, it's so normal.
with
But for most people
powerlifting.
just don't, because it's either like the only people who really do it.
Body comp.
Yeah.
Body comp, like a bodybuilding comp or a powerlifting comp.
Yeah.
And like especially with bodybuilding, it's such a big fucking step.
But no one wants to
Powerlifting's
do
not that much of a step. But then if that's not what you've done, you just
So-
train, you go to the gym, same kind of shit, like make some progress. There's no like big event where it all happens.
Yeah, like bodybuilding, you're not doing a bodybuilding. No one's doing, unless you want to do bodybuilding. You know,
Jamie's doing bodybuilding.
he's not doing bodybuilding.
No, but like they look so enthused to do bodybuilding.
It's definitely not an event that like anyone should just be doing.
Nah.
Whereas I hope like what we're trying to create with Push Pull Run, even with the Heavy Run Club, when we do the half marathon, the 10K in October.
Yeah, I saw some names on that list.
Community events, things to train for. So I think the shift will, the focus will go from Push Pull Run to now it'll be the Melbourne Marathon in October. There's a bunch of people doing half and 10K, I think. I don't think anyone's doing the full.
I think I've
If
got
you're-
one doing the full.
You're doing the full?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's doing the
Can-
full.
Claire Granston.
Heavy.
Crazy.
She's the number one heavy run club.
Fucking nice.
She's the number
She's
one.
the
She's the leader of the pack.
She's the
Leader of
captain.
the alpha.
the alpha.
nice.
That's
Captain.
it.
Shouts out Claire.
So that'll be the next thing, and then
I was
we've
gonna
got the tries, and then
There's the
there'll be
next push pull run.
next Push Pull
That's
Run,
it.
and then there'll be powerlifting nationals.
Yeah, but when will be the next one that we all do? The four of us.
Well, we're all doing
Next year, I
something
reckon.
on the, except for you. All three of us are doing
Are
something. on
you
the
doing it?
Melbourne Mara
I thought you
weekend.
pulled out.
Pull out of what?
I thought you pulled out. You do. I don't want to peak anymore. I just want to train, build the foundation,
Hey, bro,
build the base.
I have put out. I've written down a 35-week training plan.
300-week plan.
I have
I
got.
think my next Push Pull Run will
Have
be
you got it
next
in
year.
5-minute blocks in your calendar?
Yeah.
Really micro dosing that mental strategy.
I've got everything. I've got everything.
I think
But
next
then
year.
The next is
I
I'm
want
going
to
to
do the
do.
October one. It's too soon.
So this is what I've done. All right, we've got June 19th to August 27th. Just a general like structural block.
GPP?
all right? Just real GPP thing. Plyos. I'm going to bring my squat back up. Keep benching there. Keep deadlifting there. You know, bit of specificity for later on. Calorie deficit.
Oh,
Nice. Got to get shredded.
that's in June.
This is straight after push pull
Ready
run,
for spring.
and that's 10 weeks. I'm going to do a mini peak for push pull run. So there's still a peak in there, but only 5 weeks.
A mini one.
Just
Oh,
a
so
second-
you're doing
So
push
you're
pull
going to
run
do
too?
second push pull run.
I'm going to do the second one because I've been sick this week and last week, so I think my performance is going to be off. I still want to get it done this weekend, but I'm just going to do a mini peak and just see if I can get sub 6 minutes.
October. What's the date of it? October.
It's October 9th,
9th.
because then the week later is the half mara. So like I want to do both. And just fuck it, just see what happens.
So I'm gonna have to jump in something there then.
Because I'm doing the doing the 10K.
What are the options?
5, 10, half, full. Like that's
Do a 10.
What are you doing?
half?
do at least
Might
10.
do a half.
Do half.
Yeah,
fuck
beat
it.
me.
Because like from next week, like literally from June 19th, it's just gonna be jogging. It's just gonna be
Jogging,
jogging.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm
gonna be
keen to
just
jog.
jogging.
I'm really excited to build Ks in the legs and just get fitter. Like, because those zone 2 adaptations, central adaptations do take a long time. We haven't done any of, or we did a little training for
I've done like literally none.
for the
I'm
try.
really keen.
We would have got some of them from the riding and all of it from
Yeah.
the try, but running.
Because my rationale is like for the mini peak, it's like if I just get generally fitter, I think my mile time's going to improve.
Absolutely.
Even without these 400s and shit. Keep the long run going, smack some 400s and some speed work. It'll be easier to peak and I'll be significantly fitter coming into it.
I'd be interested to know, like, I train purely for the half marathon for that, and then just run the mile the week before and just
Yeah.
see how much it has improved.
That's
without
pretty
any
much what I'm going to do.
specific mile training.
Yeah.
Like not really doing 400s or anything. So
Yeah.
I know the program I'm going to follow. It's like VO2 intervals.
I reckon
tempo.
you'll beat your score.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You'll
That would be
That's-
interesting to just see without any mile specific trainings, like no 400s, no 800s.
Well, that's what I'm curious about. Like as much as like I know I could probably maximize performance with having more speed work in there. It's just like I actually think that just having the steady stuff and getting better at running and tolerating more volume, like is just going to improve performance.
More oxygen.
More oxygen
Supply.
Yeah, that's it, brother.
Never a bad thing.
More
Yeah.
oxygen. I'm going to start running in glasses.
I think you should just start living in glasses.
Just get plain
become a fake glasses guy.
That's it. Plain lenses.
There's people that
nothing
do
in
that,
there.
aren't they? They wear fake glasses.
Fashion, bro.
Yeah, it's fashion, man.
Fashion.
You're a fashion guy.
Big fashion,
Fashion
guy.
guy.
Fashion brand guy. I was going to say, if you are doing any events on the
brand guy.
Melbourne Mara, whatever length you're doing, and you don't have a team to join, you can click Heavy Run Club. Just dare me because there's a password you got to put in. But we've got a few of us in there. So Heavy Run Club, join it. And then we'll have some t-shirts dropping soon.
We will.
Speaking of Heavy Run Club, yeah, we've got our designs finalised for the first T-shirt,
we
which I
made.
think will be pretty nifty.
Fucking nice.
We'll do that, and then also Heavy Run Club. It's an actual thing. It's not just
Are we
an
going to
Instagram
run
page.
in though? Are we going to...
I don't know. I think I'll have to tape my nipples.
I'm running it. I'm never buying one of those runner tops, tennis
Are we gonna
tops.
run
Bro, a New Balance.
Honestly, with a little bit of
Bro, cotton only on this skin.
Yeah. I think once we iron out the nipple issues with the cotton t-shirt,
We'll tape him.
What about just cut little holes? Get them.
My nipples
we're going to cut a hole in that Australian-made strength culture
The holes
manufactured brand.
mate. We're fashion pioneers, mate. The hole here, it's the nipples poke through.
Yeah, shit.
Bit of airflow.
Anti-chafe. Anti-chafe
Yeah,
design.
we'll market them as
Surely-
anti-chafe.
yeah.
Australian-made anti-chafe technology.
Yeah,
Fucking nothing there.
yeah, that's it. We're gonna just do like a mesh singlet, mesh midriff singlet with
make
the
it a-
heavy
let's make it
run
a crop
club,
top. Make it
and
a
just
crop top.
holes in the nipples.
Crop top.
That'll go along with our ball gag and assless chaps. We'll be able to.
As BDMM. What is
This
it?
might be-
that's it.
BDSM.
This might be
The ball gag is
stringer.
going to promote nasal breathing.
Yeah.
The nipple holes, nipple chafe. This is a new age
it all
of run
comes-
technology.
It all comes off the t-shirt.
That's it. Heavy run club.
We need to make a little bridge thing that opens up the nostrils.
I know
We need
someone
something.
who's got that.
I love nasal breathing.
Selling that.
When I go for a zone 2 with the nasal breathing, I finish it. My airways are fucking.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff comes out that you probably don't want to see, but I breathe
Yeah.
great after. It's great.
I've done it
Because
on
you
the
just-
exhale and I've had mucus all over my face before. Just
It's
running
been
like,
yeah,
so-
it's
so
been
that-
tolerate it.
No, because so as obviously a bit of an indicator for zone 2.
Your nasal breathing sounds pristine
I reckon
right now.
that'll solve your
I think I
problems.
need it.
boys. You just force yourself to breathe out of your nose, like you don't open your mouth, and like it can be challenging, but I find that it just clears out all the
What are you
gunk.
doing?
Charlie loves breathing into the fucking. It just clears it out.
Nasal breathing.
It all
Wait,
comes
so
out.
why are you
Practice
pulling
it
your
fucking
nostrils? Why are you pulling your
More
nostrils
than an
down?
inch away from the microphone,
close.
you idiot.
You made it closer. The nasal strips pull your nostrils open.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was doing this.
There's another nasal dilator that looks like a septum piercing. It's called the mute. Have you seen it?
Mute.
It's called the mute. Yeah. You put it in your nose, and it's like a little septum thing. It doesn't like hang like
a bull.
standard
Oh,
septum,
like pushes
like the
open.
bull one. And yeah, you put it in there, and it pushes your nostrils. It pushes your nostrils open. Zach Couple said it was like the best thing he got outside of his frenuloplasty.
Really?
Yeah. So like the frenuloplasty is when they cut the
Tongue tie.
the tongue tie underneath, and so your tongue more freely sits to the roof of your mouth, so to promote nasal breathing. It's like outside of the thing that he got, what's it called? A functional rhinoplasty, where they sort your nose out. He reckons the thing that had the biggest change
Was just a little piece of plastic.
was a little piece of plastic. The biggest change.
Those guys
was
got to
down
get better
breathing.
marketing.
The mute.
Yeah, they need to market that better.
Like I use the nasal strips. I honestly think the one thing that will fix me is a surgery, because I think my septum is mega deviated from getting cracked a few times.
Go straighten that bad boy up.
I can straighten that bad boy up. But when I got the nasal strips, I was like, shit.
They helped?
Like, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's just like it's a plastic strip with adhesive, and it just pulls your nostrils open. I think the mute I'd get a better fix, but that nasal strip was hectic. I
you
think I
think the
wore
tape
one
on
for
the mouth
most of
would be better?
COVID. Huh?
Do you think the tape on the mouth?
I
would be
honestly
better?
think if I tape my mouth going to bed, I'd die.
You wake up, oxygen.
You don't wake up.
Bro,
do you?
listen to this,
Dehydrated.
man. That is my reality.
You just
like a
need
lot of
8
the
hours
time.
of that, and it's all going to be clear.
What does it feel like when you're trying to get air through there?
It feels like my head like pressure builds up. Sometimes it feels claustrophobic. If it's more blocked than this, I actually feel like I'm going to suffocate trying to breathe normally, so I have to mouth breathe.
Have you broken your nose from boxing?
Yeah, there was a lot of blood.
Yeah.
There was a lot of blood. I never got it fixed. I think that was the issue. Like I just copped this right hand, and it felt like my nose bone like went to the back of my brain, and then I was like rattled. And they're like, stop. So the guy didn't crack me again. I was like 15. I didn't say stop, but I
Right
was
in that developmental phase.
Yeah, I was on rubber legs. Yeah, it's that developmental phase for the old brain hole. It's,
What is a septum? When people say I've got a deviated septum, what are they actually fucking talking about?
so if I'm like upwards, so the septum's the part in between your nostril holes.
Yeah. Like that little cartilage
your,
bit.
your nostrils. Your nostrils. So when you're gonna breathe, the oxygen's gonna do a fucking hook turn to get.
Oh, so yours is bent up
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
bent. So for the oxygen to get to
There's
my
a bit of
brain,
congested
it's gonna
traffic,
go
yeah.
left to go right. Yeah. So
Yours hits the stoplight.
yeah, it hasn't got a
stops.
clear passage.
Fucking trams running through there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just like it's not the path of least resistance.
Need
that's
some
for
wider
sure.
lanes.
It needs some wider lanes, needed some straighter lanes.
Infrastructure.
So is there a reason you
It's
don't use the
infrastructure.
nasal strips?
I just forgot to buy them. I bought some ones off Amazon where the adhesive wasn't as strong.
Would you wear them all day or just like at night?
Well, like through the day, Like
Yeah, it's like 9 to 5.
like in
would you
public.
in public?
I don't know.
You could be Australia's Alex Hormozy.
What would be? Yeah,
I know someone's. I know someone's
maybe I'll hit
be a
that shit
billionaire
to
now.
you. Maybe I'll hit that CEO stride. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Yeah, I reckon it will change your life.
I run nasal strips and it'll be a hostile takeover.
Inside.
That's it, an inside job. Call me a Hormozy. Take Jamie out from the legs.
I think we need to get you nasal strips.
Oh, bro, I'll take over the business if you want.
No, I feel like just some extra oxygen will just do you well.
Do you well?
Yeah, between that and the mute, maybe I'll order them right now.
And the ball gag, you'll be right.
Bro, imagine that. Ball gag and the mute. Changed my life.
That is nasal
Can't go wrong.
breathing.
You're right there, Charlie.
You're right,
It
Charlie.
feels more like
What the fuck are you doing, though?
I'm pulling it. I'm doing
Pulling it where?
to the side. That's what the nasal strip does.
No, it
Doesn't
doesn't.
pull it to the side.
Oh my
Opens it up.
God. Put the
No,
glasses
no.
back on. Put them back on. Put the glasses back on.
What does the nasal strip do?
Just drop those. So think about it. Think about it.
There's no point talking to glassless Charlie. with
figure
this.
it out.
Wait, what are the nasal strip do? It opens
right.
it up.
No,
Yeah,
think about
no, it
like a
doesn't pull it.
sticker.
Yeah,
it
it pulls
lifts
it.
and opens. It
Yeah, that's what my
you're
fingers are doing.
pushing down and back.
It does like this. Look at me.
No, I'm pulling it across. I'm
No,
I'm
no,
opening
you're
that way.
pushing
It's
in
not
your
a pull.
face.
So it's not a pull across. It's a you put it on and it opens. Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah,
Does
look at
this.
that. Look at him up.
Look at this.
When you- if you do that, you breathe so much better.
It lifts. It
Oh,
really
wow.
it
Lifts
lifts
it.
and
See,
opens.
try breathe now.
It's way bigger.
Oh my God, man. Put the glasses back on, Charlie. Put them on.
My nostrils feel like the Burnley Tunnel.
Burnley Tunnel.
Yeah. Have you seen those green lights?
I reckon what we need to
People still
actually
don't go to
do, we need to use that little
People
strip
still
of
don't.
adhesive to stick those glasses to your face.
And you can never come off.
That's it. They're not coming off.
They're not coming off. They're your glasses from now on.
That's it. I'm taking them.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so we got through the first 10 weeks of your training. What happens after push, pull, run 2
wait, that's-
into half marathon? Are you doing half marathon or full?
I'm gonna do the half marathon. I thought I was gonna do the full, but I do really want to just focus on my lifting a bit more because it's just like the volume was so much lower for the try. The volume's been pretty low for the push, pull, run peak. I do just want to do some bodybuilding shit. I do want to try get more jacked. I do think also being in a deficit as well, having some high volume will help in retaining more muscle. I actually think I'm going to gain muscle even though I'll be running heaps.
Can you do DEXA scans?
Yeah, it should be. I might as well just do like this whole fucking experiment because I think it'll be fun. I want to smash pliers and stuff. So that's that. And then once that is done, I'll like pull the volume way back for the peak, taper, hit push pull run 2, hit the half marathon, and then that gives me 8 weeks until a sprint triathlon, and then 23 weeks until the Olympic distance triathlon.
And we I messaged.
When's that? March?
That's in March. So the sprint
And that's
tries
your
in
36
December.
weeks.
We're going to
Yeah,
start
that's the whole
swimming.
week.
Well, you're going to start straight away. When I get back from Europe, I'm going
Yeah.
to start as well.
I think I'm going to start swimming from next week because
Yeah.
that is I don't want to
In the ocean or in the pool?
Just the pool.
just the pool. I
Maybe
don't-
some ocean swims. But
One
just
point,
to
like
get swimming.
750 meters and 1.5k. It's two very different beasts, and I struggle with 750 meters. So
You had
I
a
was
panic attack.
Oh yeah, exactly. I was thinking. I was speaking to Marcus LaGreca, one of the boys. You guys probably all know him if you listen to the fucking podcast. But thinking about as a collective, maybe hiring a swimming teacher.
I said I actually spoke to Craig Allen about it. He said his dad used to do Ironmans and triathlons and shit to get a technique swimming coach.
Yeah, I honestly think
Actually work
we
on
could
that
get enough
technique.
people from strength
Yeah,
culture
group class.
that need swimming lessons.
I would really like to learn
Yeah.
how to swim because apparently it makes a big difference.
Absolutely, it would.
Yeah, what, getting better technically.
No, well, like the riding and running, I think you can get away with it, but in the water, like being, more
I feel like all
it's
of
a
it.
massive technical component. Oh, you can
Swimming because
riding
of
is
the
hard as fuck up.
resistance.
Yeah, but imagine riding a bike at 20% less efficiency
No,
because
but
you've
that-
even just set your bike up
out
wrong.
of the three because of the resistance of the water. So as soon as your legs drop a little bit, you're increasing the resistance like fucking how.
Yeah, but as soon as you're stride, like it would be the same for everything.
no, it wouldn't. It's not.
I feel like it would.
It's not. It's not.
I think with running and cycling with no training, like there would definitely be some huge technical gain to be made from setting your bike up properly.
Actually, I've got one for you.
Better running technique.
Alright.
But swimming would
But
be the
swimming
most.
is. I feel like swimming.
You have the
would-
most to gain.
You've got the most
from
to
better
gain with.
Yeah, but is that
work.
just because you are the least experienced at swimming?
No,
of those three endeavors.
I think the
As an
barrier
endeavour.
to skill, barrier to proficient skill, is a lot higher for swimming compared to the other two.
I've spoken to so I heard
Because
Viata
cycling
talk
is
about
just
this.
spinning your legs over and running.
Yeah.
Like there's a degree of.
I heard Viata reel off some stats about it, but I spoke to Dan about it as well because he grew up swimming too. He said that it's like when you get your technique right, it becomes fucking effortless.
Yeah, but this is exactly the conversation you had when you got your technique right for running. Before your technique was right, you were like, my legs hurt, my feet hurt, my back hurt.
I reckon the yield is like the difference
we're not
is a
saying,
lot different.
Yeah, we're not saying that improving technique in running or even setting up your bike better is not going to help. We're just saying out of the three disciplines, you have the most to gain from
Because
improving.
you're the newest at it.
No.
It's probably the most
I
technical
think-
of the three.
I think if I was to come in at equal proficiency of all
Swimming would be the
three,
most.
I think without technical help, my swimming and cycling my running and cycling would improve way quicker than my swimming because the skill barrier is so much lower for those two.
Swimming skill barrier is higher.
It's just a more complex task, so you need
100%.
you'd benefit more from skill.
100%.
Yeah.
Right.
As soon as your legs drop, if you're
He doesn't buy it. He doesn't buy
I'm
it.
not in.
why don't you buy it?
I'm not on board this train, boys.
Why not?
Because the efficiency across all three of them. The reason you're inefficient is because you don't know how to swim.
Yeah, but so by getting technique coaching,
And the reason you don't know how to swim is because you've probably done 10 swims in the last 6 fucking years of your life. That's why.
That
I don't know.
class is
'cause
not
I,
technical.
I grew up swimming. Like I literally from
Yeah,
like
and
prep
when did
to
you
however
stop?
long. Yeah, I know, but I stopped.
took
I stopped
15
running, and my
years off.
cycling cumulative experience is significantly less as well. And I flared my prostate up with the cycling, so I had breaks, man. I had.
Why'd you have to seat up your ass?
No, so I
prostate's
I'm
too
going to
big.
tell the story of my prostate exam on
up to
the
you
on the
if you want to.
podcast. I don't know. It wasn't comfortable, but anyway, when I was peak cycling, I was 85 kilos, and then I gained 15. No, I was 88, 89, and then I stopped cycling. I gained like 12 kilos, and then started cycling in a less aggressive position. This is not related to technique whatsoever, and because I was heavier and sitting back on my prostate more, I flared my prostate up. So yeah. Anyway, that's technique. So do you want a more?
where the fuck were you going with that? What was the point of that?
I don't know.
You got to get your prostate
Oh, no,
checked.
so I was no. That was my reason for having a break from riding my bike. Yeah. So Jamie was saying like you had a break from swimming, like, but yeah, I also had a break from riding my bike and also a break from running. Also, if you gain weight and you start riding your bike again, don't sit back on the saddle. Lean forward a bit more, and you might prevent a finger getting really deep up your ass.
The first two, right?
They're
the age of
required
50.
age.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I want to put that one out to the Discord to see if anyone else has got any input on that.
What?
I reckon everyone's going to
swimming,
say
on the swimming.
swimming's the hardest.
No, it's not that. It's
I'm not
we're
denying
arguing
that swimming's the hardest.
I'm saying the technical.
Technically, it's the most
Because you
technically
all
complex.
suck at swimming.
Yeah, no, we all suck. We
But it's
get
one of
that.
the- it's-
But we're saying by getting technique lessons, there's more. The improvement is greater.
Like, put it
Because
this
you
way.
suck
But
at the
put it-
skill.
Put it this way, though. If you got someone who'd never ran, swum, or rode their bike,
Or ran.
in a fairly short time, it wouldn't be that difficult to get someone to get the technique of riding their bike down pat. Same with running, but swimming would probably be the one that just takes the longest to get the
No,
technique
because
right.
if you had swimming lessons from the start and never sucked at the skill, you'd be fine.
All right, wait. Put it this way. Of all three, which one do you actively need instruction to complete?
All three of them.
No.
How much
You
instruction do you
no,
need for riding?
because this is the. All right, I'll
You tell
tell
someone to
you
wa- you can
set
get someone-
your bike up wrong and lose 15% efficiency.
No,
Straight
no,
off
no,
the
but
bat.
no one's arguing that.
Exactly, but this is the exact thing. Without instruction, you suck at all three of them.
But
Yes,
how
you
much?
suck,
yes,
but
you
swimming,
can
you
at-
drown. You
No.
literally drown if you're in the
Yes,
pool.
you can run. You can put one foot in front of the other, but if you are running incorrectly, you are inefficient.
Yes.
you're
No,
going to feel
that's not the
exactly what
thing.
you felt.
You are inefficient, but you are. No one's saying
The reason you're gaining so much more from swimming is because that's the one you suck at the most.
Yeah, but
No.
if you put someone on a bike, granted they've got the basic skill of riding the bike, they're not going to die if they don't know how to do it. Swimming, you will literally die. Running, you won't. It's just like, I'll go a bit faster.
Now
We're
there's
talking
three
about
arguments going on.
a completely different argument here.
I'm saying because
Yeah,
of the,
just fucking
the
just
resistance of the
sit
water.
in a more aggressive race position on your bike. Don't inflame the prostate. That's all.
If you think that you lose 15, if Jamie reckons you lose 15% riding your bike poorly, I'd assume that you'd think you're going to lose more than 15% off your swimming if you swim shit. Like, it's probably like
what I'm
20,
saying
25.
I can't wait for Craig Allen to get here on Saturday and just to shit on you.
What I'm saying
I know
is,
Craig Allen's
if
on
you
our
suck
side.
at any of the skills, getting coaching is probably something you should be looking at doing.
100%.
I agree with that.
Yeah, no,
We agree with that.
You're like, there's a special thing, swimming coach, fucking blah, blah.
I never
not
said
that.
that. You mate.
No, you're saying of all the three, that's the one. Yeah, because that's the one you suck at the most. Because you've done the least of it.
All right. This is no.
We need a swimming coach.
No.
We need
a swimming coach. I think I got
We need
a new
Michael
way of looking
Klim.
at it. New way of looking at it. Your equal skill level across all three. You get a coach for all three. I think the performance improvement in swimming will be the quickest and the most significant from performance instruction. Whereas the other two, like you'll see an increase in efficiency in both of them. I just don't think the performance improvement will be as big compared to swimming instruction.
We'll put it in the best.
Yeah.
That's our position.
That's it.
That's
That's
why
our
I'm
final
sitting
statement.
Not my position.
All right, moving on.
You're just saying. I know how your brain fucking works. This is like Jamie Smith, circa 2017. Like you're gonna die on that sword now.
I'm fucking on this
You're
hill.
fucking
And I'll
Humpty
tell you
Dumpty.
what,
Until every swimming coach and running coach fucking disagrees.
What's your counter argument to that?
my counter argument is the one that you suck at the most is the one you'll see the most improvement at.
Yeah, but my argument was that if all things are equal, so if the skill is all equal across, if your proficiency across all three,
Yeah.
it's a different argument.
No,
Is what?
I already said it. I'm not going to say it again.
we're comparing cycling, which is fixed. It's fixed. Yes, you can set up the bike a little bit differently. You probably learn how to use gearing a bit better or whatever. But it is fixed. Your legs just
Mid-foot
fucking
pressure.
They're all fixed, mate. They're all in a controlled.
No, they're
late
not.
stance.
Swimming's not, because as soon as your legs fucking drop, if you can't stay buoyant on top, you're creating more drag. Wait, instantly.
Yeah, because you don't know how to swim.
Yeah, so by getting the coaching, you're improving
Exactly,
more
because the
significant-
skill is the lowest. Your skill at
you are-
swimming is the lowest, so you have the most to gain from the swimming coach.
How do we feel about that?
Donnie, you're the last.
how
You're
are
the
we gonna
last
leave
thing,
that?
Donnie.
I think we're being a dead horse here.
All right.
We're gonna get Craig Allen. Craig
No,
Allen on
we need
Saturday.
no.
No, because that's one person that confirms our bias.
yeah, exactly.
I think
We need Michael Klim.
No, we
The
need
general
Craig Allen.
public is going to confirm our bias.
We need Craig Allen's team.
No, that's what I mean. I need a grader, and it's not just one
Who was the
person.
swimming coach at like the 2000s Olympics? He
We need a triathlete.
looked like a typical like Aussie grandpa. And he always wore a yellow polo on the side of the pool, and everyone was like, "This guy's," because we used to dominate world swimming back then, like 2000s.
And I bet it was
2004.
because due to his swimming coaching.
No, well, yeah, well, also they used to pump a bunch of money in because they wanted to succeed at the 2000 Olympics. But in that period, we need that guy. That's the guy we need. Someone in the Discord
we
will
need a
know what his name
triathlete.
is.
No, there's a super. There are, I think I might know. I don't know.
You're
There's
right,
one. There's a
triathlete.
really high level swimming coach that is accessible to everyone.
I just
at a pool in
think
the area in Bayside.
what Buzz said, that 30 seconds what Buzz said, you can't fucking beat that.
You can't.
No swimming coach is gonna fucking beat that sentence. That was just bang on the money.
And I wasn't even wearing my glasses.
It was bang. You want to put the glasses on?
No, I'm done with them.
It was bang on the money.
Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not on board with you boys at all on that. I'm sorry. You haven't convinced me.
It's okay
yet.
to be wrong.
You haven't convinced me.
What
at
would
all.
convince you?
Somebody who actually knows the.
I think you need, if a triathlete said that swimming was generally speaking the most technically difficult and needs the most help, then I think
Oh,
you've got
that's
no
what I
argument.
would like to say. I think that the act of swimming itself is more technical than say riding a bike.
Which is why you need
And so,
coaching.
yeah,
We've
more,
made the
having
point.
coaching with something that's highly more technical, you'll see more results.
because you're shitter at it.
I just think you get someone that's shit across all three. They'll be able to get the ride done. They'll be able to get the run, but they literally won't be able to swim.
Yes, because
Yeah.
you drown, you sink.
All right.
Like the skill barrier is objectively significally higher.
It's objective.
I know how
It
this
is.
kind of things. He's just sitting on this fucking this position because he doesn't want. He'll never want to say I was wrong. It'll take him like 3 days. In 3 days' time, he'll turn around and go, I was wrong. I know how he works.
It will probably take me getting in the pool to say that.
It'll take you drowning to realise.
Yeah.
And also, speaking from the try as well, the swim was by far the hardest leg.
Because we're the worst at
you
the
suck
skill.
at it.
Here we go. Here we go.
I agree. We are shit at the skill. I agree at that. I'm not talking about myself.
Imagine the
Saying-
20 years that you played football, instead you were a swimmer. How much better that swim would have felt.
We're fucking land.
And then
we're
you
land
would be having the
creatures,
same
man.
conversation, being like, fuck, I need a running coach because my running technique sucks.
I don't know. I feel like I've run, I've swim, and I've cycled since I was 5 years old across all three. Yet swimming, I it couldn't stick compared to the running and the running and the cycling. The swim it couldn't stick. It just hasn't.
Maybe it was adhesive problems with the water.
I don't know, bro.
Struggling to
I'd
stick.
records, man.
Maybe it's deceptive, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you have swimming records?
Yeah.
We've been through
So
this.
I
We've been through this
represented our school in the fucking nationals as well.
Fucking nice.
Fucking hell.
And now I'm shit. I'm so shit. I don't understand how I could have regressed that hard.
How long did you have off swimming?
10 years.
Close to 10 years.
I
Yeah.
feel like that.
10 years.
I'll do it.
I feel like that will do it.
That'll
That'll do,
do it.
donkey. That'll
That'll
do.
That'll do.
I'm very excited to see. Actually, no one's really going to have an opinion. They're
Nah,
just gonna-
everyone's going to have an opinion.
Everyone
So we
will
spent
have
20
an
minutes
opinion, but
discussing
none of them are
one
going to be.
question.
None of them are going to be anyone. Like unless
convincing
it's
me. Good luck convincing me. Dids, what are you doing after push pull run?
convincing. I told you, he's just purposefully staying on the fucking high horse.
He's picked his hill and he's going to die on it.
He's going to die on his sword.
After push pull run, I'm going to run slow. I've got a new running coach. I never had a running coach, but now I've got one. Shouts out Tom Clark with all the running help, which is basically you need to run slow because all I've done is
Zone 2.
I need to do some zone 2. Yeah, I need to
that
do
was
some
the
zone 2.
feedback.
Fuck, could have told you that for free.
Yeah, no.
You've had 6 months of that.
I will say that most
Yeah,
of,
fucking, that's what's
I will say,
over your head.
Yeah, I was
over your
like, you
head.
know what, did I'll just go fuck myself.
I will say that by and large, most of what he's told me is in line with what Buzz has told me. So there's a bit of a similarity of opinion there, but nah, that's the crux of it. I've got to run slow, and something he
It's like
stressed.
getting coaching from family. It's
Yeah,
like, you know, family's like,
this guy.
fuck, what does this guy know?
this fucking schmuck. Nah, but yeah, he's stressed, which obviously you've talked about a lot, especially being heavier. You're better off not getting injured than having the perfect program. So just don't run too much. 2-3 times a week, 10-15
Sound
minutes.
advice.
Cap it hard and just build up gradually from there. And he thinks, which obviously is in line with a lot of what Buzzer said, that like most people, I'm giving you props, don't worry.
Why don't we just get Tom Clark on the podcast and
Yeah, let's
repeat
do it.
everything
Oh,
I
yeah.
said
He
over
can
the
take
last-
your spot. You're off, mate.
You're out of here.
But I said,
this isn't to say,
I
no,
was
Tom
gonna say-
Clark. This isn't to say he's not a very smart guy.
No, we're joking around. We love Tom Clark. He's a
Tom
weapon.
Clark is
Tom
a weapon.
Icarus. Why is his name Icarus?
This is a go
on
Didier more than
Instagram?
anything
because Icarus is that tail of
The guy who flapped his wings too close to the sun.
No, is he Icarus?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
Icarus.
yeah.
And
And
then
then
the-
too close to the sun.
and then he
His wings
melted.
burnt off.
It's also the doco on the drug cheats.
There's that one too.
That's
which
why.
is-
That's
Are
why
you
it's
on a
called
protocol
Icarus.
as well?
look,
Yeah, in Soviet Russia.
find out. But yeah, now he says he reckons most people do most of their running work just too fast. He's like, and he has in the last 2 years built up his running heaps. Like he ran a fucking half marathon in like 90 minutes, which is just
I think he was peaking. He
Insane
might
for
be
me,
the OG powerlifting running guy of Australia. He was peaking his running whilst doing nationals, I think,
Tom
before
Clark.
COVID.
yeah. And now he's really transitioned heaps and running. Like he runs like
Yeah.
6 days a week.
I
But
think
yeah.
Tom Clark, we should get him on the podcast.
100%. When he's
Will
in
Berkman's
maybe on
there.
one of the tours, he's up in Queensland
Will
now.
Berkman coached him.
Yeah,
he did.
And he
Yeah,
came to
yeah.
one of our seminars in Sydney.
As a weapon. But yeah, he reckons like, yeah, most people just run like too fast and they could just get more out of spending more time at slower tempos, just building more volume, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Just 2-3 runs a week, 10-15 minutes,
Zone 2.
no set plan, just stick in zone 2, tape my mouth, nasal breathing, and just, accumulate some gag ball.
That's what
Yeah.
you brought to us.
Tape your
That's
asshole
it.
shut as well.
What
just
we've
in
been
case.
talking about for the last 6 months.
Look, mate, it's the basics. The basics work.
Stack your rib
People-
cage.
People want all the fancy stuff. It's all about the basics.
Basics.
But no, so I'm keen to do that. And then
Are you doing nationals?
I'm competing 2 weeks after push pull run, and then
hybrid as
nationals
fuck, bro.
September 23rd. So yeah, for this week the push pull run is just my heavy bench deadlift day. I'm just pushing those 2 sessions back to push pull run.
Are you going to
Run-
max him or you're not going to max him?
I'm probably going to go
10.
deadlifts. I just want to hit a PB.
Which will be what?
Anything over 280 is a PB, and same for bench. If I get 130 or a bit more than 130, that'll be a PB. So I'm be happy with that. If I can take more than that, good. But if I hit PBs, I'll
Do you reckon you could hit 140 and 300 this year?
I think I can do that this year. I think that's
Fucking
reasonable
oath,
to do
dudes,
this year.
let's go.
So yeah, it'd be fun. And then yeah, national September, and then October, whatever. Is it 9?
Are you doing the half?
I'm doing the 10.
You're doing the 10.
James Britton, and Maz are doing the 10. So yeah,
You're
it'll
going to
be-
beat the fuck out of me at push pull run. That's hectic.
we'll see. We'll see what the Briggs is like.
No, because we're going to smoke him on the run.
You're gonna smack me on the run. The run. You're a good runner. I'm not a
I feel like
good
your
runner.
total is going to be significantly higher and at a lot of body weight.
No, we weigh similar.
And I got sick.
We weigh similar, and
Fuck.
you're gonna
I
smack
can't
me
wait
on
for
the
my
run.
post comp recap.
Look, I don't.
Wasn't the day I wanted.
So many excuses. so
I love how
many.
you're setting them up now as well.
So
Yeah.
just be ready. It's coming. All the excuses.
I've been sick.
But I'm keen to do the run because I haven't really done much. I haven't really done a mile since like 6 weeks ago. We did one at like RPE 7 to 8. So I'm keen to actually.
What was your time then?
That was 8 minutes. And there was heaps in the tank. Like it was purposely not that hard. So yeah, I'm keen to see where we go.
I went in and ran a RPE 8.5 to a 9 for my final hard session just to see where I was at. And I ran a 6:47, and I reckon I'm going to struggle to get under 6:30. At the start of this whole thing, with zero running experience, I was like, yeah, 6 minute mile, you could do that easy.
Easy.
Now I'm in the coal fire, facing the coal fire. No fucking chance.
I did 800. I did the 2 800s the other day with a 2 minute rest, and it was 3:43 and 3:52.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's solid.
It's but it's more like a 7:30.
Oh wait, it took you 3:43 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I was quicker than that, but I
Still
was
solid.
definitely leaving
alright.
like nothing in the tank.
I
I
think 17
murdered
was
myself. I was fucked. I was like RPA 10.
It's very funny. I did a session with
Well,
Charlie.
mine were 10.
'cause,
So, yeah, I was fucked.
It was
on
the first
ground.
session I did in a little bit, and I was like, I was significantly sick going into the session, and it's so funny. I like without the same pressure to hit a certain pace, I was like really close with significantly less rest, and I was
Last
like,
week.
yeah.
Because you were just doing my set, like you were just following me.
Yeah, but then I would like I would go out
I was
so
following
much
you,
more
but-
relaxed. Went out so much more relaxed, and something that I think, and just everyone like at full stop should think it with their running is like make it look easy. Like you don't want to be grinding out
Yeah.
that last 100, so you want to look effortless because it's just going to allow for better technique.
Look good,
It's not-
feel good too.
Yeah, look good, feel good. It's like that less sort of grindy. Like
I got it on footage as well.
yeah, I looked effortless. No, like it was like less pressure on myself to go at a certain pace. I was like, quote unquote, like pacing Charlie. I was just sitting in front of him for the first 200, and then
Breaking
Then-
that fucking
and then the last 200, I like nudged it a bit harder,
unshackled.
Just don't
and I was
have
like,
it.
what the fuck?
Can't keep up.
I looked at the pacing, and I was like, actually quite close. It's funny. I don't know. I think the like grinding reps. Like it was less pressure to grind reps or run at a certain pace.
Yeah, just
and
get 'em done.
The ease,
Free bird.
even though I was under like significant physiological, fucking psychological stress going into it, I was
You
like,
found the sweet spot.
I was like, what the hell? Like that was a lot easier just by way of like less pressure, more ease of technique.
They were tough, man. We were doing them 60 seconds rest. 60 seconds is not long.
Yeah, I was
all.
shocked. I was actually shocked, like
Yeah.
at how easy it felt. I don't know.
When you set up your running program, do you set the program up on fucking Garmin app and then
Yeah,
I do
you
that,
just-
yeah.
Do it on here.
I can't do it on my watch.
I'll just look at mine. I
you
just,
gotta golf.
I just lap time it.
Yeah,
and
I
see
know.
what
I'm
it-
keen
fine.
to be able to not have to do that because
I put
now
it
I'll
all-
be like,
yeah.
all right, go for a run, just go 15 minutes. Now I'm like, all right, lap one this, rest this. It takes 10 minutes to fucking put it
I
in
don't know,
there.
I never do that. I never do it. I just,
You just
like,
press start and stop?
I just memorize my workout
Fair.
and I just go out
Start,
and
stop.
I just click the lap button every time. I don't know. It's just
I'll
a
put
bit
it in
easier.
here.
Like I know my interval. It's a pain in the ass because I do watch look a bit more. I'd rather not do that.
I'm a big watch looker. Check my pace.
Yeah. No, just towards the end, I'll suss it out. But yeah, I am looking forward to that. Just going out for a run, not fucking warming up.
Literally, just straight out. Yeah, that's
Just
it.
go
Warming
just
up.
go for a jog. My first K is the warm up. All right, sweet. Just jog a little bit faster now.
Fucking knows.
We've had a few questions related to push pull run. If you want to come down and watch, you're more than welcome. The gym part starts at 8:30. It's going to be mayhem in here though. We do have a strategy that I think will work.
There's gonna be fucking charity boxing matches.
Yeah, Woodford will be at the back in the cage. If anyone wants to get in the octagon with Woodford,
We'll have him tied up. Yeah.
shackle him.
Coming out.
Yeah. But yeah, the lifting starts at 8:30. If you want to come, you're more than welcome to come down. The running, currently we've got starting at 11. However, we may have to push it back 30 minutes. But 11 o'clock at Mentone Athletics Track.
And have you booked the socials after?
I haven't booked the socials, but I feel like we're just going to rock up somewhere.
What's the
It
forecast?
will be so good. Oh yeah, what is the forecast?
16 degrees and windy.
Yeah, bit of tailwind.
Where can we go after?
Have we got a marquee?
We're just going to rock up somewhere. We don't have a marquee.
Surely we get a marquee and a trestle table. Real athletics day vibes.
Just have the laptop there.
Some ribbons.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll
yeah.
get ribbons and give everyone ribbons.
I want a
And
ribbon.
some
I want a
lady on
participation
the
award.
Laptop just taking your score.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to come down, you're more than welcome to come down. And if you want coaching and join in the fun in the next one, which will be October, 9th?
9th.
Reach out. We'll be happy to help you. Peak your training. You'll enjoy it. We can guarantee you'll feel the spark.
Yeah. I didn't say anything about Heavy Run Club. We're going to start doing group runs Saturday mornings leading into the half marathon and all of our running shit. It's just going to be an easy run.
Yeah.
But I'll start posting about that soon.
Mad.
Matt, a zone 2?
Oh, of
Slow.
course.
I've heard good feedback.
6.
You should do some slow stuff.
Slow running.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shouts
man, I don't know
out,
if you,
shouts out
know
Tom Clark.
anything about running. Like, it's all about zone 2.
If only
man.
we had a
That's what he brought. That's what he brought us. That was the big scoop.
Wait, mate, it's news to me. I don't know.
Didier's just been sitting in the corner, not listening to anything for 6 months.
Yeah, usually Didier makes eye contact during the podcast. And he's been
You think I'm listening?
He's actually been looking through me. Yeah.
I'm just trying to memorize what Tom Clark told me.
Who is this idiot sitting over here, fucking telling me to run slow? Jesus. All right, shouts out. Tom Clark, we will have you on the podcast because I actually think it would be a fantastic conversation. So if you're in Melbourne,
Maybe Didier will listen.
yeah, we'll make sure Didier's here for that one with a whiteboard. But if you're in Melbourne next, let us know. Otherwise, next time we do a cloud tour in Sydney, which will happen probably when Charlie gets back.
Queensland.
Queensland.
He's in Rockhampton.
Did he move? I thought he
He's
was
studying there. He's studying there.
shouts out.
Where's Rockhampton?
Up north. That's all I know. Somewhere north.
Didier, have you got any more fun facts about Tom Clark? Hit us with 2 more before the end of the podcast. Come on.
What's he studying?
Medicine.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Bang.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Medicine.
One more fun fact.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. I think he used to play rugby.
He used to play rugby.
Nice.
Yes.
Rugby.
Big
All
footy
right.
boy.
Shouts out Tom Clark. We're going to call this episode We Love Tom Clark. Shouts out, mate. The fact that you've made it to the end of all the shit talk tells me that you're somebody who probably aligns with our style of training and just us as people, which means we would love to work with you. We have 3 main ways in which you can work with us. We have our full comprehensive gym membership and coaching service. That's for those who are in the area of Moorabbin and want to use our gym. The second is our online coaching services where you'll be connected with the best suited coach and we'd work with you in a one-on-one online format to make sure your training program and nutrition strategies align with your goals for performance outcomes. Third and finally, we have our training app. And as a listener of the podcast, you can get a free month of the app by using the code podcast. Both the coaching services and the link to the podcast will be down below. Please check them out. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me personally on Instagram and I'll be happy to chat. Also, if you could give us 5 stars on Spotify or YouTube or even a Google review, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.